into the currencies with Nick Twidale from ATFX. All right, we might be seeing rate hikes next year. What's the Aussie doing?
We could. Aussie jumped very nicely yesterday for bulls out there. Yeah, that 3.8 print was much higher than expected, and it's continuing a trend that we've seen over the last quarter, really. It does take off those rate cuts that I suppose a lot of us were hoping for, and you can see it on the chart there. It jumped sort of 30, 40 points. Nicely back into the middle of the range. Futures markets and rates markets started pricing in the next move being a hike, which is outstanding across all the major central banks.
What would it take to get back to sort of where it was at the top of that red line in September?
Well, I think the thing with the Aussie as well is we could see it move back down, especially against the dollar. That move from Fed rate cut expectations has been huge for me. It's gone from just around 30% to 85% in just over a week, which is crazy, and it's only come on the back of some Fed guys. But also, if we do see deteriorating global trade, then the Aussie will take a bit of a punishing against the dollar. For now, though, I think you buy the Aussie on any dips, and you probably look to buy it on the crosses as well.
What are you doing with all your pound sterling after the UK was hit with more tax hikes?
Well, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm heading back in a few weeks, so I'm keeping a close eye on that sterling Aussie. It's actually higher, isn't it, sterling? But normally I would have expected it to be lower, but I think the dollar side of that equation has come in. It was choppy. That's a daily chart, so it doesn't show the moves that we saw. It dropped 0.3%. It finished up 0.5%. They do seem quite hefty, the tax hikes, so I don't think it's too popular with my friends and family back home.
Indeed. Still a lot of, I guess, divergence between the BOJ and the Fed. What's the yen doing?
Yen's been trailing topside nicely. It did top out around about that 158, and it has come back down with that move in those Fed rate cut expectations, and you can see it here. It's bounced and it's bounced really nicely off that trend line support. I think we've still got a danger in the coming days with the Thanksgiving holiday that if the Bank of Japan want to do something, and we know they're uncomfortable with dollar yen being above 155, they have been known to hit thin liquidity markets, and you don't get many better than Thanksgiving and the day after, because there's not many people in the US working on
Black Friday. Absolutely not. The ECB says we should prepare for the risk of a dollar squeeze. What does that mean for the euro?
I think we could see some downside for the euro as well. We've got to be keeping a close eye on what's going on between Russia and Ukraine as well. That's the main geopolitical headlines we're having. So at the moment, we're sitting nicely on a trend line resistance there. So you will see some guys fading that euro move. It does feel, I hate to say it, because it does feel like we're going to get a lively Christmas period in currencies. There's a lot of currencies that are sitting around key levels. If we get breaks and if we get some big moves, especially from the Fed, we could see majors flying around, and not too much rest in the coming weeks. And
not too much rest either for gold. There's these bullish calls again. Deutsche Bank saying 5,000 by 2026. I mean, that's like a 20% rally.
Yeah, we saw that huge, and this chart shows it brilliantly. That's that early September break of the previous highs. It's been a massive move up over the last couple of months, and we've kind of consolidated. We've consolidated in wide ranges. It's another trade that I think people will be looking at today. We're on that resistance trend line. If it breaks, it will take us up to that 42.50 level, and then it's back up towards those all-time highs. And 5,000 is not out of the question. Certainly, we know there's some massive players that have been loading up on gold over the last few months, and that contributed to that move. It is going to be a safe haven play as well, so we've got to keep an eye on everything that's going on in the world for gold trading, as always.
We do indeed. It's a tough world out there, isn't it, Nick? Thank you. At least our Aussie dollars are looking a little bit better. Nick Twidale from ATFX.